Hello, fictional. Welcome to the Fiction Series X. Today we are gonna see, what if Issei was raised by the Youkai in Kyoto? If you end up liking this video, please consider subscribe, so without further ado, let's get into the video. In the heart of Kyoto, a city veiled in the mystique of ancient traditions and supernatural wonders, a profound event unfolded on a moonlit night. The air hummed with energy as a group of Youkai discovered an abandoned infant at the doorstep of their hidden community. The child, swaddled in a blanket woven with spiritual threads, bore a mark that hinted at a mysterious lineage. Curiosity sparked among the Youkai, and the elders convened to deliberate the child's fate. They sensed an extraordinary aura emanating from the baby, a potent blend of human and Youkai essence. In a unanimous decision, the community chose to adopt the child, naming him Isay, a name whispered by the wind, foretelling an auspicious destiny. Issei's upbringing unfolded within the enchanted confines of Kyoto's Youkai community. From his earliest days, he was cradled in the mystical energies that permeated the air. The elders, venerable beings with centuries of wisdom, assumed the roles of caretakers, guiding the young Youkai on a journey that defied the boundaries between human and supernatural. Under the watchful eyes of the community, Isay thrived. The Kappa taught him the art of swimming in enchanted waters, the Tengu mentored him in the secrets of flight among the ancient trees, and the Kitsune shared the intricacies of illusion and shape-shifting. Issei, an eager and quick learner, absorbed the teachings like a sponge, his potential unfolding with each passing day. As Issei grew, so did his awareness of the delicate balance between the human and supernatural realms. The Youkai community maintained a clandestine coexistence with humans, concealing their true nature to avoid unwarranted attention. Isay, caught between these two worlds, navigated the complexities with a grace that belied his young age. In the heart of the Youkai society, a kitsune named Mizuki emerged as Issei's mentor. With fur as golden as the autumn leaves, Mizuki possessed centuries of knowledge and a penchant for unraveling the mysteries of Kyoto's supernatural tapestry. She guided Isay through the shadows of Youkai politics, revealing the hidden intrigues that shaped their existence. As Isay delved into the secrets of his heritage, he discovered that not all Youkai welcomed his presence. Some harbored reservations, fearing the repercussions of raising a half-human among them. Yet, the elders, with their foresight, recognized the potential within Isay, a potential that could either strengthen the bonds between their worlds or unravel the delicate threads that held them together. In the quiet corners of the Youkai community, Isay found solace in the company of the Kyo Guardians, a group of powerful Youkai warriors dedicated to maintaining the equilibrium between the realms. Under their watchful guidance, Isay honed his combat skills, mastering the ethereal dance between blades and magic. The tapestry of Issei's life took an unexpected turn when he encountered a mysterious Youkai girl named Hana. With ebony hair that cascaded like a waterfall, Hana possessed an aura that resonated with Issei's own. Their connection transcended the boundaries of Youkai propriety, giving rise to a forbidden romance that blossomed in the shadows. The Youkai society, bound by tradition, frowned upon such unions. Isay and Hana faced prejudice and scrutiny from those who clung to the old ways, yet their love endured like a resilient blossom in the midst of a storm. Together, they challenged the norms, determined to prove that love knew no boundaries, whether human or Youkai. As Issei's story unfolded, so did the shadows of betrayal. A traitor emerged from within the Youkai community, threatening to unravel the delicate tapestry of their society. Loyalties were tested, and alliances forged as Issei found himself entangled in a web of deception that threatened not only his newfound family, but the very essence of Kyoto's supernatural existence. Darkness crept over Kyoto, casting long shadows upon the enchanted city. The traitor's identity remained shrouded, a mystery that gnawed at the edges of Issei's consciousness. As the Youkai community grappled with mistrust and paranoia, Isay felt the weight of his unique heritage pressing down upon him. In the midst of turmoil, Mizuki, the wise kitsune, stepped forward as a guiding light. Her golden eyes, filled with ancient wisdom, pierced through the shadows. Mizuki unveiled the ancient prophecies that foretold of a great calamity threatening both Youkai and humans. Isay, marked by a destiny written in ethereal ink, stood at the epicenter of the impending storm. The elders, their faces etched with concern, revealed that Isay held the key to averting the disaster. An ancient ritual, buried deep within the scrolls of Youkai lore, held the power to seal the breach between realms. As the reluctant hero, Isay embarked on a quest to uncover the forgotten knowledge that could save Kyoto and its mystical inhabitants. The journey led Isay through the hidden corners of the supernatural city, where ancient spirits whispered secrets and guardian creatures tested his resolve. Each step brought him closer to the heart of the prophecy, yet the shadows deepened, revealing the intricate web of fate that entwined his existence. In the heart of Kyoto, a Yokai Festival unfolded, an event that gathered beings from all corners of the supernatural world. Isay, now a formidable Youkai warrior, stood at the epicenter of the festivities. The air crackled with energy as he faced challenges and adversaries from every direction, a testament to his growth and prowess. As the festival reached its zenith, a powerful Oni emerged from the shadows. Towering and formidable, the Oni challenged Issei to a duel, seeking to prove the strength of the Youkai over their human counterparts. The clash of supernatural forces echoed through Kyoto, marking a pivotal moment in Issei's journey. The duel forced Issei to confront not only the external threats, but also the essence of his identity. His human lineage, once a source of conflict, now blended seamlessly with his Youkai nature. The dance of blades and magic painted a vivid portrait of a Youkai warrior, standing resolute against the forces that sought to disrupt the delicate balance between realms. The festival, initially a celebration, transformed into a battleground where Issei's destiny unfolded. The Kyoto Guardians, sensing the gravity of the situation, rallied to his side. Together, they faced the Oni and the dark forces that threatened to unleash chaos upon the world. In a climactic battle, Issei unleashed the full extent of his powers, drawing upon the teachings of the Kappa, Tengu, Kitsune, and the Kyoto Guardians. The clash resonated with the ancient energies of Kyoto, a symphony of Youkai strength and human determination. As the dust settled and the echoes of battle faded, Kyoto emerged from the shadows of impending doom. Issei, now a revered figure among the Youkai, stood at the crossroads of two worlds. The ancient ritual, guided by Mizuki's wisdom, sealed the breach, restoring the delicate balance that had been teetering on the edge. The prophecy fulfilled, Issei faced a new beginning. The elders, acknowledging his strength and resilience, entrusted him with a leadership role in the Youkai community. Issei, standing at the intersection of human and Youkai realms, embraced his destiny with a solemn determination. As he looked towards the horizon, Issei understood that the legacy of Kyoto's Youkai rested upon his shoulders. With Hana by his side, their forbidden love now a beacon of hope, Issei vowed to safeguard the traditions and secrets of the enchanted city. The tale of Issei, raised by Youkai in Kyoto, became a chapter in the ancient scrolls, a story echoing through the enchanted alleys and hidden groves, a testament to the enduring bond between two worlds. Years passed since the climactic battle that had reshaped the fate of Kyoto. Isay, now a seasoned Youkai leader, stood at the heart of the mystical city, overseeing the delicate harmony between realms. The legacy of his upbringing among the Youkai had shaped him into a formidable figure, respected by both humans and supernatural beings alike. Amidst the tranquility of Kyoto's enchanted groves, whispers of an impending change rustled through the ancient trees. The Youkai sensed a disturbance in the mystical energies that permeated the air. Isay, attuned to the subtle shifts, knew that the tranquility he had fought to restore might once again be tested. One fateful day, a messenger arrived, carrying news of a mysterious force gathering on the outskirts of Kyoto. The elders convened, their expressions mirroring the gravity of the situation. Issei listened intently as the messenger spoke of an ancient adversary, long thought to be sealed away, a malevolent force that sought to unravel the threads of balance and plunge Kyoto into chaos once more. The revelation sent ripples through the Youkai community. Unrest gripped the city, and Issei, drawing upon the lessons of his past, took charge. The Kyoto Guardians, loyal and resolute, rallied under his command, their ethereal presence a testament to the unity forged in the crucible of adversity. As preparations for the looming threat unfolded, a shadow from Issei's past emerged. A figure cloaked in mystery, with silver hair cascading like moonlight, stepped into the heart of Kyoto. The Youkai community watched with a mix of curiosity and caution as the newcomer revealed herself to be Yuki, a forgotten acquaintance from Issei's human days. Yuki, a skilled onmyoji with a lineage intertwined with the supernatural, sought refuge in Kyoto's Youkai community. Her family's ancient knowledge of spiritual energies and protective wards made her an invaluable ally in the impending struggle against the malevolent force. Issei, torn between the memories of his human past and the responsibilities of his Youkai present, welcomed Yuki with a mixture of nostalgia and determination. As Yuki integrated into the Youkai society, the echoes of their shared history resurfaced. The two, once separated by the boundaries of human and Youkai, found themselves entangled in a complex dance of emotions. Hana, Issei's forbidden love, observed the reunion with a mixture of understanding and uncertainty, her eyes reflecting the unspoken truths that lingered beneath the surface. The trio Issei, Hana, and Yuki embarked on a journey to uncover the origins of the malevolent force threatening Kyoto. Ancient scrolls, hidden within the depths of the Youkai archives, spoke of a dark entity that had long been imprisoned by the combined efforts of humans and Youkai. Yet, the shadows of the past were known for their resilience, and now, the malevolent force sought vengeance. Their quest led them through Kyoto's mystical landscapes, where spirits whispered forgotten tales and guardian creatures tested their resolve. Yuki's onmyoji skills complemented Issei's Youkai prowess, creating a formidable partnership that echoed the delicate balance they sought to protect. As the trio delved deeper into the ancient prophecies, they uncovered a ritual, one that required the convergence of human and Youkai strengths. The very essence of Issei's existence, a fusion of both worlds, became the key to unlocking the seals that bound the malevolent force. The realization weighed heavily on Issei's shoulders, for it meant confronting the shadows of his human past in ways he had never imagined. The Youkai community, sensing the impending storm, rallied behind Issei, Hana, and Yuki. The Kyoto Guardians, their loyalty unwavering, stood ready to defend the city they had sworn to protect. The air crackled with anticipation as the ritual's appointed hour approached, a convergence of energies that would either seal the malevolent force once more or unleash it upon the unsuspecting realms. In the heart of Kyoto, at the ancient shrine where the boundaries between worlds blurred, Issei, Hana, and Yuki stood united. The air vibrated with a potent blend of spiritual energies, and as the ritual unfolded, the trio channeled their respective powers into a harmonious symphony. The very fabric of reality seemed to ripple as the Youkai and human strengths intertwined. As the ritual reached its zenith, the malevolent force unleashed its wrath. Dark tendrils of energy coiled around the shrine, threatening to shatter the delicate balance that Isay had fought so hard to maintain. The trio, fueled by determination and the unity of their divergent strengths, stood resolute against the encroaching darkness. In a climactic battle that transcended the physical and spiritual realms, Isay confronted the malevolent force. His human and Youkai sides melded into a singular force, a testament to the unity forged through years of struggle and growth. Hana and Yuki, each contributing their unique abilities, fought by his side as the fate of Kyoto hung in the balance. The battle unfolded on the threshold between realms, a dance of shadows and light that echoed through the enchanted city. The Kyoto Guardians, guardians of the delicate balance, joined the fray, their ethereal presence amplifying the Youkai forces against the malevolent entity. As the final confrontation reached its crescendo, Issei unleashed a surge of power, a culmination of human resilience and Youkai strength. The malevolent force, writhing in agony, succumbed to the ritual's power. With a blinding burst of light, the shadows that had threatened to engulf Kyoto were banished once more. The air, once heavy with tension, now vibrated with a renewed sense of tranquility. The Youkai community, Hana, Yuki, and the Kyoto Guardians, stood amidst the aftermath of the battle. Isay, his form radiating with the residual energy of the ritual, surveyed the city he had sworn to protect. The reunion, marked by trials and revelations, had not only strengthened the bonds between human and Youkai, but it also forged a new chapter in Kyoto's mystical history. As the shadows of the past receded, Isay, Hana, and Yuki looked towards the future, where the delicate balance they had fought to preserve would endure for generations to come. The legacy of Kyoto's Youkai, intertwined with the resilience of humanity, echoed through the enchanted groves and ancient alleys. The tale of Issei's reunion, a convergence of past and present, became a part of the city's timeless narrative, a testament to the enduring power of unity in the face of darkness. The aftermath of the battle left Kyoto in a state of fragile peace. The mystical energies that once pulsed with tension began to settle, and the Youkai community, along with its human allies, breathed a collective sigh of relief. Isay, Hana, and Yuki found themselves at the center of the city's recovery, their intertwined destinies now more evident than ever. In the days following the ritual, Kyoto's Youkai society held a council to discuss the repercussions of the recent events. The elders, their ancient faces etched with wisdom, convened to bepize the delicate threads that bound the supernatural city. Isay, having proven himself as both a capable leader and a bridge between worlds, took a prominent role in these discussions. As the discussions unfolded, a revelation emerged, a revelation that hinted at the deeper secrets woven into Kyoto's mystical tapestry. The elders spoke of ancient pacts and forgotten alliances that had shaped the destiny of the city for centuries. Isay, Hana, and Yuki listened intently as the elders unveiled the obscured history that lay beneath the surface. Kyoto, it appeared, was not merely a city of Youkai hiding in plain sight. It was a nexus, a convergence point for the spiritual energies that flowed through the veins of the earth. The Youkai were not merely inhabitants, they were guardians, entrusted with the responsibility of maintaining the delicate balance that sustained the interconnected realms. The elders spoke of an ancient prophecy that foretold the rise of a chosen one, of being born of both human and Youkai blood, destined to safeguard Kyoto's secrets. Issei, with a mixture of awe and apprehension, realized that his journey was not a mere happenstance, it was a fulfillment of a prophecy written in the very fabric of the city's existence. As the revelations continued, the Youkai community discovered that Kyoto's mystical energies were not confined to the visible realm. Hidden passages, invisible to the untrained eye, crisscrossed beneath the city's surface. These passages, known only to a select few, connected Kyoto to other supernatural realms, creating a network that allowed the Youkai to monitor and safeguard the delicate balance. Isay, Hana, and Yuki embarked on a journey to explore these hidden passages. Guided by the elders' knowledge, they ventured into subterranean caverns adorned with ancient symbols and guarded by spirits that whispered tales of bygone eras. Each step unveiled a layer of Kyoto's secrets, and the trio found themselves entangled in a tapestry woven with threads of destiny. The passages led them to forgotten shrines and ethereal landscapes that existed beyond the boundaries of mortal perception. They encountered spirits of nature, ethereal guardians who pledged their allegiance to Kyoto's Youkai. The harmony between the visible and invisible realms became evident, emphasizing the symbiotic relationship that allowed Kyoto to flourish as a mystical haven. As Issei, Hana, and Yuki delved deeper into the hidden realms, they stumbled upon an ancient archive, a repository of scrolls that chronicled the city's history in meticulous detail. The scrolls spoke of wars between Youkai clans, alliances forged under the light of the full moon, and the emergence of previous guardians who had stood at the crossroads of two worlds. In these passages, the trio discovered the existence of the Yokai Festival, an event that had been celebrated for centuries but held a significance beyond mere revelry. The festival served as a gathering of mystical beings from far and wide, a convergence that allowed the Youkai to exchange knowledge, renew alliances, and strengthen the enchantments that bound Kyoto. The revelations deepened the connection between Issei, Hana, and Yuki. The trio, bound by destiny, now understood that their roles extended beyond the recent confrontation with the malevolent force. They were the guardians of Kyoto's secrets, tasked with preserving the city's mystical heritage for the generations to come. The elders, recognizing the trio's newfound understanding, bestowed upon them a sacred responsibility, the safeguarding of the Yokai Festival. The festival, now imbued with greater significance, required their collective strength to ensure that the delicate balance between realms persisted. Preparations for the next Yokai Festival began, and Issei, Hana, and Yuki assumed leadership roles in organizing the event. The Youkai community buzzed with anticipation, and the city itself seemed to pulse with a heightened energy as mystical beings from distant realms received invitations to partake in the ancient gathering. As the festival approached, Isay found himself at the crossroads of duty and destiny. The Yokai Festival, once a celebration, had become a reflection of the intertwined destinies that bound him, Hana, and Yuki. The trio stood united, their strengths complementing each other like the intricate threads of Kyoto's tapestry. On the eve of the festival, the air crackled with anticipation. The city's enchantment seemed to resonate with a harmonious melody, and as mystical beings from various realms arrived, a vibrant tapestry of colors and energies unfolded. Issei, clad in ceremonial garb that blended human and Youkai aesthetics, stood alongside Hana and Yuki, ready to fulfill their roles as guardians. The festival commenced with a procession of mythical creatures, spirits, and Youkai from all corners of the supernatural world. The air echoed with laughter, music, and the rustle of enchanted garments as the participants reveled in the celebration of Kyoto's mystical heritage. As the Yokai Festival reached its zenith, Issei, Hana, and Yuki performed a ritual that amplified the city's enchantments. The convergence of their powers sent ripples through the invisible passages and resonated with the spirits that safeguarded Kyoto's secrets. The festival, now not just a gathering but a reaffirmation of the city's mystical essence, reached a crescendo of energy. In the midst of the celebration, Issei's gaze met Hana's and Yuki's. Their eyes, reflecting the shared understanding of their intertwined destinies, spoke volumes. The Yokai Festival, once a mere tradition, had become a testament to the resilience of Kyoto's secrets and the unity that bound the Youkai, humans, and spirits together. As the festival's echoes lingered in the air, Issei, Hana, and Yuki stood together, the guardians of Kyoto's delicate balance. The city, bathed in the glow of mystical energies, seemed to breathe with a renewed vitality. The ancient scrolls, hidden passages, and Yokai Festival had become threads in a tapestry that stretched across realms, a tapestry woven with the secrets and resilience of Kyoto. The trio, now more than guardians, had become living embodiments of the city's enduring magic, destined to navigate the intricate dance between worlds for generations to come. Amidst the tranquility that settled over Kyoto after the Yokai Festival, Issei, Hana, and Yuki sought moments of reflection. The revelations of Kyoto's secrets lingered in their minds, and the responsibility of being guardians weighed heavily on their shoulders. In the midst of this introspection, Mizuki, the wise kitsune who had guided Isay in his youth, re-emerged. Mizuki, her fur gleaming with an otherworldly radiance, approached the trio with a knowing smile. The kitsune, with centuries of wisdom etched in her eyes, sensed the convergence of destinies that had unfolded during the festival. She acknowledged the trio's newfound roles as guardians of Kyoto's delicate balance. As Isay, Hana, and Yuki gathered in a secluded grove, Mizuki began to share tales of the past, stories that echoed through the enchanted city like whispers carried by the wind. The kitsune's narrative traced the origins of Kyoto's mystical heritage, revealing the pivotal moments that had shaped the city into a haven for Youkai, humans, and spirits alike. In ages long past, Mizuki spoke of a time when Kyoto faced a cataclysmic threat that surpassed a recent malevolent force. The Youkai, humans, and spirits, recognizing the need for unity, forged an alliance guided by a prophecy similar to the one that had marked Issei's upbringing. The Chosen One, born of both worlds, emerged as the linchpin in the battle against the encroaching darkness. The Chosen One of that era, a legendary figure known as Akio, had been mentored by Mizuki herself. Akio's journey paralleled Issei's in many ways, and the tales painted a vivid picture of a Youkai human hybrid who, like Isay, had grappled with the complexities of identity and destiny. Mizuki's stories extended beyond the chosen ones to the kitsune's own experiences, providing insights into the dynamics of Youkai society. The kitsune, by nature tricksters and illusionists, played a vital role in maintaining the veil between realms. Mizuki's mentorship of both Akio and Isay became a recurring theme, a lineage of guidance that transcended generations. As the tales unfolded, Mizuki explained the significance of kitsune mentors in the city's history. Kitsune, with their ability to navigate the intricate nuances of both human and Youkai worlds, were uniquely suited to guide the chosen ones. The mentorship, Mizuki emphasized, extended beyond teaching skills. It involved imparting the wisdom required to navigate the delicate balance that defined Kyoto. In the grove, surrounded by the ancient energy that resonated with Mizuki's stories, the trio absorbed the lessons embedded in the narratives. Isay, Hana and Yuki, now privy to the cyclical nature of the city's challenges, understood that their roles as guardians echoed the patterns set by their predecessors. The tapestry of Kyoto's history, woven with threads of unity and resilience, continued to unfold. Mizuki, sensing the weight on their shoulders, extended an offer of guidance. The kitsune proposed a period of intensive training, an opportunity for Isay, Hana and Yuki to refine their skills and deepen their understanding of the mystical forces that bound them to Kyoto. The trio, recognizing the importance of this mentorship, accepted Mizuki's offer with gratitude. The training commenced in a secluded part of Kyoto, hidden from prying eyes. Mizuki, a master of illusion and shape-shifting, led Isay, Hana and Yuki through a series of exercises that challenged their perception of reality. The kitsune's teachings went beyond mere physical prowess. They delved into the realm of spiritual awareness, honing the trio's ability to discern the subtle energies that permeated the city. Under Mizuki's guidance, Isay refined his combat skills, incorporating the kitsune's agile and elusive techniques into his own formidable repertoire. Hana, already attuned to the ethereal energies of nature, learned to channel and amplify these forces, creating a harmonious fusion of Youkai and elemental abilities. Yuki, with her Onmyoji lineage, delved into the mystic arts, deepening her connection to the spiritual realm. The training sessions, cloaked in the mystique of enchanted groves and hidden shrines, became a transformative experience for the trio. Mizuki, with her centuries-old wisdom, patiently guided them through the intricacies of kitsune magic and the spiritual responsibilities that came with being guardians. The bond between mentor and mentees deepened, transcending the boundaries of mere instruction. As the days passed, Mizuki unveiled another aspect of kitsune mentorship, the art of illusion. The trio found themselves immersed in illusions that tested not only their physical prowess, but also their mental fortitude. Mizuki's illusions, crafted with a finesse that blurred the lines between reality and imagination, became a training ground for the guardians to confront their deepest fears and uncertainties. In one illusion, Isay faced a spectral manifestation of the malevolent force they had recently thwarted. The illusion mirrored the intensity of their previous battle, forcing Isay to relive the challenges and fears that had defined his journey. The kitsune's purposeful guidance allowed Isay to confront and overcome the shadows that lingered in the recesses of his psyche. Hana, in her illusion, navigated a dreamscape where the delicate balance of nature teetered on the brink of collapse. The illusionary forces mirrored the fragility of Kyoto's mystical equilibrium, challenging Hana to harness her abilities in restoring harmony. Through Mizuki's teachings, Hana learned to weave her Youkai essence seamlessly with the natural forces, becoming a steward of both realms. Yuki's illusion delved into the realm of ancestral spirits and forgotten Onmyoji traditions. The spirits, both benevolent and vengeful, tested Yuki's resolve and mastery over the spiritual energies that bound Kyoto. Under Mizuki's guidance, Yuki unearthed the deeper layers of her lineage, embracing the responsibilities that came with her role as a guardian. As the illusions wove their tales, Mizuki observed the trio's growth with satisfaction. The mentorship, designed to prepare Isay, Hana and Yuki for the challenges that lay ahead, became a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. The enchanted groves, witness to the evolution of many chosen ones before, resonated with the echoes of their trials and triumphs. Beyond the illusions, Mizuki imparted the significance of unity among the guardians. The kitsune emphasized that, just as the convergence of Youkai, humans, and spirits defined Kyoto's strength, the trio's cohesion was paramount. Their combined abilities, when harmonized, would serve as a bulwark against any threat that sought to disrupt the delicate balance. In the midst of their training, a celestial event unfolded, a rare alignment of celestial bodies that bathed Kyoto in an otherworldly glow. The phenomenon, known as the celestial convergence, marked a moment of heightened mystical energy. Mizuki seized this opportune time to initiate the trio into a ritual that would amplify their connection to the city's enchantments. Under the moonlit sky, Isay, Hana and Yuki participated in the ritual, a dance of energies that resonated with the celestial convergence. The kitsune, with her fur shimmering like stardust, guided them through intricate movements and incantations that invoked the ancient spirits. The ritual became a manifestation of unity, a symbolic convergence of human, Youkai, and celestial forces. As the ritual reached its climax, the trio felt a surge of power coursing through their beings. The mystical energies, attuned to the convergence of destinies, bound Issei, Hana and Yuki in a shared resonance. The celestial glow enveloped them, marking the completion of a transformative experience that solidified their roles as guardians. Mizuki, her eyes reflecting pride and assurance, observed the trio with a knowing smile. The mentorship had achieved its purpose. The guardians, now fortified by the wisdom of centuries, stood ready to face the challenges that Kyoto's secrets held. The enchanted grove, witness to the convergence of past and present, echoed with the whispers of gratitude from generations of chosen ones and their kitsune mentors. Mizuki, having fulfilled her role in shaping destinies, stepped back into the shadows, leaving Issei, Hana and Yuki with the profound knowledge and abilities required to safeguard Kyoto's delicate balance. As the trio emerged from the grove, the city lay before them, bathed in the ethereal glow of the celestial convergence. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their bond strengthened by the mentorship of Mizuki, looked towards the horizon with a newfound sense of purpose. Kyoto's secrets, now woven into the fabric of their beings, became threads that connected them to a timeless legacy, a legacy of resilience, unity, and the enduring magic that defined the mystical city. The Guardians, guided by the lessons of the kitsune mentor, embraced their destiny with a determination that echoed through the enchanted alleys and hidden realms of Kyoto. The training under Mizuki's tutelage had forged Isay, Hana and Yuki into formidable guardians, their abilities now harmonized like a symphony of mystical forces. As the trio emerged from the enchanted grove, they felt a profound connection to the city and its secrets, a connection that transcended the boundaries of mortal understanding. Kyoto, bathed in the soft radiance of the celestial convergence, seemed to welcome its guardians with a subtle acknowledgement. The ancient energies that pulsed through the city resonated with the trio's newfound strength, and the enchanted alleys whispered tales of anticipation as the guardians prepared to face the challenges that lay ahead. Their first task as guardians was to reinforce the mystical barriers that shielded Kyoto from the prying eyes of the mundane world. Under Mizuki's guidance, Isay, Hana and Yuki embarked on a journey to the city's outskirts, where the veils between realms were thinnest. The process required a delicate manipulation of Youkai and celestial energies, a task that resonated with the convergence of their destinies. As they approached the designated site, Isay noticed a disturbance in the spiritual energies. The air crackled with an unnatural tension, and the trio exchanged wary glances. They encountered a group of rogue Youkai beings who rejected the delicate balance maintained by Kyoto's guardians and sought to exploit the mystical energies for their own gain. The rogue Youkai, their eyes gleaming with malevolence, challenged the trio. Isay, Hana and Yuki, now united by the teachings of Mizuki and the shared resonance of the celestial convergence, faced the adversaries with a stoic resolve. The clash of powers echoed through the outskirts of Kyoto, a battle that tested the Guardians' unity and mastery over the mystical forces. As the skirmish unfolded, Isay's combat skills, refined by Mizuki's training, came to the forefront. He moved with a grace that defied the limitations of mere physical prowess, seamlessly blending Youkai techniques with the agility of a seasoned warrior. The rogue Youkai, unaccustomed to facing such a formidable opponent, faltered in the face of Isay's prowess. Hana, attuned to the natural energy surrounding her, unleashed the elemental forces with a newfound mastery. The air became charged with the scent of blossoms as Hana harnessed the power of the earth and sky. Her abilities, now a testament to the mentorship under Mizuki, created a barrier that shielded the trio from the onslaught of the rogue Youkai. Yuki, with her Onyoji lineage, invoked ancient wards and spiritual seals that restrained the rogue Youkai. Her mastery over the spiritual realm became evident as ethereal barriers materialized, confining the adversaries and disrupting their malevolent intentions. The teachings of Mizuki had transformed Yuki into a formidable guardian of Kyoto's mystical balance. The battle reached its climax as Isay, Hana and Yuki combined their strengths in a coordinated assault. The convergence of their powers created a dazzling display of lights and shadows, overwhelming the rogue Youkai. In the aftermath, the defeated adversaries retreated into the shadows, their malevolence quelled by the resilience of Kyoto's guardians. The outskirts, once tinged with tension, now exuded a renewed sense of tranquility. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their clothing marked with the remnants of the battle, stood united against a backdrop of Kyoto's mystical landscape. The encounter had not only fortified their bonds, but it also served as a testament to their readiness as guardians. With the rogue Youkai dispelled, the trio turned their attention to the task at hand, reinforcing the mystical barriers. The convergence of destinies that Mizuki had emphasized now became the guiding force. Isay, drawing upon the Youkai strength within him, channeled energies that resonated with the celestial forces. Hana, with her affinity for nature, intertwined her abilities with the elemental guardians that guarded Kyoto's boundaries. Yuki, attuned to the spiritual currents, invoked ancient incantations that wove a tapestry of wards and enchantments. The synergy between their abilities created a harmonious resonance that rippled through the outskirts of Kyoto. The barriers, fortified by the celestial convergence and the trio's united efforts, became impervious, shielding the city from external threats and maintaining its mystical sanctity. With the task accomplished, Issei, Hana and Yuki returned to the heart of Kyoto, where the elders awaited their report. The mentors, having observed the guardians in action, acknowledged the trio's readiness to face the challenges that lay ahead. Mizuki, though unseen, lingered in the shadows, her presence a silent affirmation of the guardians' growth. As Kyoto basked in the aftermath of the successful reinforcement, the guardians turned their attention to the city's internal dynamics. Mizuki's tales of ancient alliances and forgotten pacts resonated in their minds, prompting the trio to explore the Yokai society's intricate tapestry. The elders, recognizing the guardians' curiosity, granted them access to the hidden archives, a repository of scrolls and artifacts that chronicled Kyoto's supernatural history. Issei, Hana and Yuki delved into the ancient texts, uncovering the stories of Yokai clans, revered spirits, and the pivotal moments that had shaped the city's destiny. Among the scrolls, they discovered a section devoted to the Kyo Guardians, a lineage of Yokai warriors who had dedicated themselves to protecting the delicate balance. The tales spoke of legendary figures who had faced formidable adversaries, upheld the city's traditions, and forged alliances that transcended the boundaries of Yokai politics. The Guardians learned of the Yokai Festival's significance beyond a mere gathering. The festival served as a convergence point not only for mystical beings, but also for the Kyo Guardians. During the festival, the Guardians reaffirmed their oaths, exchanged knowledge, and forged alliances that would strengthen their collective efforts in times of need. Intrigued by this revelation, Isay, Hana and Yuki sought to understand the dynamics of the Kyo Guardians. The elders, recognizing the trio's commitment, introduced them to the current members of this illustrious group. The Kyo Guardians, each bearing a unique Yokai heritage and skill set, welcomed the newcomers with a mixture of curiosity and respect. Under the guidance of the Kyo Guardians, Isay, Hana and Yuki underwent further training, a blend of combat skills, strategic planning, and the nuances of Yokai diplomacy. The Guardians, veterans of past conflicts, shared their experiences and insights, providing the trio with a comprehensive understanding of the responsibilities that came with their roles. As the days unfolded, Isay found himself bonding with Taro, a Tengu with swift wings and a penchant for aerial combat. Taro, a seasoned guardian, shared tales of his encounters with rogue Yokai and ancient spirits, offering Isay valuable insights into the challenges that guardians faced beyond the visible realm. Hana, drawn to the water elementals, formed a connection with Nami, a Kappa with an affinity for aquatic forces. The Kappa, skilled in both combat and water manipulation, guided Hana through the intricacies of combining her nature-based abilities with the elemental energies that flowed through Kyoto's mystical waters. Yuki, with her Onmyoji lineage, gravitated towards Akira, a spectral Yokai with a deep understanding of spiritual energies. Akira, a guardian who had honed his abilities in traversing between the physical and spiritual realms, became Yuki's mentor in mastering the unseen forces that bound Kyoto's supernatural tapestry. The interactions with the Kyo Guardians not only enriched the trio's skills, but also fostered a sense of camaraderie among the Guardians. Isay, Hana and Yuki became integral members of this illustrious group, their destinies intertwined with the legacy of those who had stood as protectors of Kyoto throughout the ages. As the Guardians honed their skills and forged alliances within the Yokai community, whispers of a new threat reached their ears. Mizuki, appearing once again as a spectral presence, conveyed visions of an ancient adversary awakening from slumber. The malevolent force, subdued during the recent confrontation, now sought to exploit the delicate balance that Kyoto's Guardians had sworn to protect. The elders, their expressions grave, convened a council to discuss the impending threat. Isay, Hana and Yuki, now seasoned guardians, listened as the elders revealed the ancient prophecies that foretold the resurgence of the malevolent force. The time had come for the Guardians to face a challenge that transcended the recent skirmish, a challenge that threatened to unravel the threads of Kyoto's mystical tapestry. The Kyo Guardians, united by a common purpose, prepared for the impending conflict. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their bond fortified by training, mentorship, and the shared resonance of the celestial convergence, stood at the forefront. The city, aware of its guardians' readiness, seemed to pulse with an anticipatory energy as Kyoto braced itself for a confrontation that would test the resilience of its mystical legacy. As the Guardians gathered beneath the moonlit sky, the ancient alleys and hidden realms echoed with a timeless vow, a promise to protect Kyoto's delicate balance against the encroaching shadows. The legacy of Mizuki's mentorship, the teachings of the Kyoto Guardians, and the unity forged among the Guardians became the beacon that guided Issei, Hana, and Yuki into the heart of the looming darkness. The Guardians, their destinies now intricately woven into the fabric of Kyoto's enduring magic, embarked on a journey that would define not only their roles as protectors, but also the very essence of the mystical city. Kyoto, with its secrets and resilience, stood poised for a new chapter 1 that would test the Guardians' mettle, unity, and unwavering commitment to safeguarding the delicate balance that bound the realms together. As Kyoto's Guardians prepared for the looming threat, a delicate undercurrent of emotions unfolded amidst the mystical tapestry of the city. Issei, Hana, and Yuki, bound by destiny and duty, found themselves entangled in a web of emotions that transcended the boundaries of their roles as protectors. The Yokai Festival, a celebration of unity and alliances, approached with an air of anticipation. As the Guardians engaged in preparations, the city bustled with activity, its enchanted alleys adorned with lanterns and mystical symbols. Yet, beneath the festive ambience, a tension lingered, a tension that mirrored the forbidden threads of emotion that had woven themselves into the Guardians' lives. Isay, now a seasoned leader among the Guardians, grappled with the unspoken desires that stirred within him. His heart, like the delicate balance of Kyoto, navigated the complexities of forbidden emotions. Hana, the ethereal beauty whose connection to nature mirrored the enchantments that bound Kyoto, stirred a longing within Issei that transcended the duty of a guardian. Hana, too, felt the magnetic pull of emotions that defied the boundaries of camaraderie. Isay, with his unique blend of Youkai and human essence, represented a connection to both worlds, an allure that awakened a forbidden desire within her. The intertwining destinies that bound them became threads of tension, threading a delicate dance on the edges of what was deemed acceptable. In the midst of these unspoken emotions, Yuki observed with a knowing gaze. Her onyoji insights, honed by Mizuki's mentorship, allowed her to perceive the undercurrents of forbidden romance that permeated the Guardians' interactions. Yuki, with her own mysterious past and forbidden desires, understood the complexities that arose when duty clashed with the heart's yearnings. As the Yokai Festival approached, the trio found themselves entangled in a series of preparations that tested the resilience of their emotions. The forbidden romance that lingered beneath the surface threatened to disrupt the unity required in facing the impending threat. Issei, Hana, and Yuki navigated the festival's activities, a delicate dance of emotions that mirrored the intricate movements of the city's enchanted celebration. The festival's eve arrived, and the air crackled with a blend of mystical energies and unspoken desires. Isay, clad in ceremonial garb that accentuated his Youkai and human essence, wandered through the festival grounds. The lantern-lit alleys, adorned with enchanting displays, reflected the myriad emotions that danced within him. In the secluded grove, Hana, donned in a gown that mirrored the hues of nature, awaited the unfolding of destiny. Her eyes, reflecting the forbidden longings that stirred within, met Issei's gaze. The festival, with its magical ambience, seemed to amplify the emotions that simmered beneath the surface, urging the Guardians to confront the forbidden threads that bound them. Yuki, observing the unfolding romance with a mixture of understanding and apprehension, lingered in the shadows. The onyoji, aware of the delicate balance that must be maintained, grappled with her own emotions of forbidden longing that echoed the intertwined destinies of the trio. The festival commenced with a vibrant procession of mystical beings, spirits, and Youkai from distant realms. The air resonated with laughter, music, and the rustle of enchanted garments. Issei, Hana, and Yuki, their emotions simmering beneath ceremonial facades, participated in the festivities with a blend of duty and unspoken desires. As the night progressed, the trio found themselves drawn into a series of traditional dances, a symbolic representation of the delicate balance they sought to protect. The rhythms echoed through the enchanted groves, and the intertwining movements mirrored the forbidden dance of emotions that unfolded beneath the moonlit sky. Amidst a revelry, Isay and Hana found themselves in a secluded alcove, shielded from prying eyes. The festival's enchantment seemed to heighten the forbidden allure that bound them together. Isay, his gaze reflecting the depth of his emotions, extended a hand to Hana, inviting her to share a dance that transcended the roles of guardians. Hana, her heart resonating with the forbidden desires that had long lingered within, accepted Issei's invitation. The dance became a symbolic exploration of the emotions that defied the constraints of duty. The festival's magical energies intertwined with the Guardians' movements, creating a moment suspended in time, a moment that mirrored the forbidden romance that stirred within their hearts. As the dance unfolded, Yuki observed from a distance, her onyoji insights attuned to the intricacies of emotions that played out beneath the festival's glow. The forbidden threads of romance, woven into the Guardians' destinies, created a tapestry of complexities that threatened to disrupt the unity required in facing the impending threat. The festival's climax approached with a grand display of mystical fireworks that illuminated the night sky. Isay, Hana, and Yuki, their emotions now simmering on the surface, stood together as the enchanting lights painted the heavens. The forbidden desires that lingered within them became intertwined with the radiant colors that echoed the mystical bonds they shared. The festival's conclusion marked the beginning of a new chapter for the Guardians. Issei, Hana and Yuki, their emotions laid bare beneath the moonlit sky, faced the impending threat with a heightened awareness of the forbidden threads that bound them. The delicate balance they sought to protect extended beyond mystical barriers. It resonated within their hearts, creating a tapestry of emotions that defied the conventions of duty. As the festival's echoes faded into the night, the Guardians, their destinies now entwined with forbidden romance, faced the impending challenge with a unity that surpassed the mere roles of protectors. Kyoto, with its secrets, resilience, and the forbidden allure that danced within its guardians' hearts, awaited the convergence of destinies that would shape the city's mystical legacy. The tapestry of emotions, woven into the fabric of Kyoto's enduring magic, echoed with the promise of a story that transcended the boundaries of duty and dared to explore the forbidden depths of the heart. The aftermath of the Yokai Festival left Kyoto bathed in an eerie silence. The enchanted alleys, once filled with revelry, now echoed with the whispers of forbidden romance that lingered within the hearts of Isay, Hana and Yuki. As the city settled into the tranquil aftermath, a shadow crept over the Guardians, a shadow that would test not only their unity but also the very foundations of Kyoto's delicate balance. Rumors of a betrayer among the Guardians circulated like a venomous undercurrent. The mystical energy that bound the city seemed to quiver with an unsettling resonance, as if sensing the impending discord. Issei, Hana and Yuki, their emotions still entangled in the forbidden threads woven during the festival, faced a new challenge that struck at the heart of their newfound unity. The elders, their expressions marked by concern, summoned the Guardians to a clandestine council. The air within the hidden chambers crackled with an anticipatory tension as the trio entered. The mentors, veterans of past conflicts, bore a weighty solemnity that mirrored the gravity of the situation. Whispers of a betrayer within the ranks of the Guardians sent shivers through the council. The delicate balance that had been upheld for centuries now teetered on the edge of disruption. Issei, Hana and Yuki, their hearts heavy with the unspoken emotions that lingered from the festival, exchanged wary glances as the elders revealed the grim nature of the threat. The betrayer, the elders disclosed, sought to exploit the delicate balance that Kyoto's Guardians had sworn to protect. Ancient scrolls and mystical visions pointed to an insider, a guardian who had succumbed to the allure of forbidden desires or harbored motives that threatened the city's very essence. The identity of the betrayer remained shrouded in secrecy, a hidden dagger that now hovered over Kyoto's heart. The Guardians, their emotions still raw from the forbidden romance that had unfolded, faced the revelation with a mixture of disbelief and apprehension. The bonds of camaraderie that had defined their unity now seemed fragile, as mistrust cast its shadows over the once unbreakable alliance. In the subsequent days, the Guardians engaged in a discreet investigation, attempting to unveil the betrayer within their midst. The city's enchanted alleys, once witnesses to celebrations, now harbored the tension of a clandestine hunt. Issei, Hana and Yuki, their interactions tainted by the specter of betrayal, navigated the hidden realms with a cautious resolve. As they delved into the undercurrents of the Youkai society, the trio encountered disquieting glances and guarded conversations. The mystical beings, once bound by a shared commitment to protect Kyoto, now exchanged wary looks that hinted at the fragility of alliances. Issei, Hana and Yuki, their trust tested, sought to decipher the subtle clues that might lead them to the betrayer. The investigation led the trio to the outskirts of Kyoto, a realm where shadows merged with the enchanted foliage. Amidst the dense forests and hidden shrines, they discovered an ancient artifact, a relic imbued with the power to reveal the truth. The artifact, known as the Mirror of Shadows, held the key to unmasking the betrayer who lurked within the Guardians' ranks. Guided by the whispers of ancient spirits, Issei, Hana and Yuki conducted a ritual with a Mirror of Shadows. The reflective surface shimmered with ethereal energies, revealing glimpses of visions that transcended the mortal realm. The trio, their hearts heavy with the weight of betrayal, braced themselves for the revelations that awaited them. As the ritual unfolded, the Mirror of Shadows unveiled visions of clandestine meetings and whispered alliances. The betrayer, concealed within the shadows, became a phantom figure whose identity remained elusive. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their emotions heightened by the forbidden romance that lingered within, stared into the mirror, seeking the truth that would either restore the delicate balance or shatter the unity they had forged. The visions coalesced into a revelation: the betrayer, a guardian named Kaido, stood at the crossroads of Youkai and human alliances. Kaido, consumed by a desire for power and driven by a sense of betrayal from within, had succumbed to the allure of forbidden forces. The Mirror of Shadows, an impartial witness to the unfolding drama, laid bare the motives that threatened Kyoto's sanctity. The revelation sent shockwaves through the Guardians. Kaido, once a trusted ally, had become the harbinger of discord within the city's mystical tapestry. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their emotions entwined with the forbidden romance that lingered, now faced a new challenge, a challenge that demanded not only physical prowess, but also a resilience of heart. The elders, informed of the betrayer's identity, convened a council to decide the course of action. The city, still recovering from the Yokai Festival's echoes, teetered on the brink of chaos. Issei, Hana and Yuki, their determination unwavering, stood before the council, ready to confront the shadows that threatened to envelop Kyoto. The council, marked by a somber atmosphere, deliberated on the fate of the betrayer. Kaido's actions, driven by a thirst for power and a sense of betrayal, had jeopardized the delicate balance that defined Kyoto's existence. The elders, their expressions etched with a mixture of disappointment and resolve, reached a unanimous decision. The consequences of betrayal within the Guardians' ranks were severe. Kaido, once an integral part of the alliance, would face a tribunal of mystical justice. The elders, guided by ancient laws and the responsibility to safeguard Kyoto, decreed that Kaido's actions warranted exile from the city and the severing of his ties to the mystical energies that bound the Guardians. As the tribunal unfolded, Issei, Hana and Yuki stood as witnesses to the unraveling of a once unbreakable alliance. Kaido, his eyes reflecting a mixture of defiance and remorse, faced the consequences of his betrayal. The mystical forces that had once embraced him now recoiled, severing the connection that bound him to Kyoto's delicate balance. Kaido, marked by the shadows of his own choices, vanished into the outskirts of Kyoto, a figure condemned to wander the realms beyond the city's protective barriers. The Guardians, their hearts heavy with the weight of betrayal, witnessed the exile with a somber acknowledgement of the consequences that befell those who disrupted the mystical harmony. As the echoes of the tribunal faded, Issei, Hana and Yuki found themselves grappling with the aftermath of the betrayal. The city, now on the path of healing, bore the scars of discord that had threatened to unravel its mystical legacy. The forbidden romance that had lingered within the hearts of the Guardians became a poignant reminder of the complexities that defined their roles. Kyoto, with its secrets, resilience, and the scars of betrayal, stood poised for a new chapter. Issei, Hana and Yuki, their unity tested and emotions laid bare, faced the impending threat with a renewed determination to protect the delicate balance that defined the city's existence. As they gazed into the mirror of shadows, the Guardians understood that the tapestry of Kyoto's enduring magic was woven not only with threads of harmony, but also with the shadows of challenges that demanded unwavering resilience and the strength to confront the betrayals that lurked within the mystical realms. The aftermath of the betrayal lingered in the enchanted alleys of Kyoto. The city, still nursing the wounds inflicted by the disruption within the Guardians' ranks, faced a pivotal moment: the annual Yokai Festival, a celebration that transcended the boundaries of strife and discord. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their hearts heavy with the weight of recent events, stood at the crossroads of duty and the yearning for unity. The elders, recognizing the need for a collective healing, decided to proceed with the Yokai Festival as planned. The mystical energies that permeated Kyoto seemed to pulse with a subdued anticipation, as if the city itself yearned for the festivities to mend the fractures within its magical tapestry. The preparations for the Yokai Festival unfolded with a blend of solemnity and determination. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their emotions still entangled in the aftermath of the betrayal, engaged in the festival's arrangements with a sense of duty that transcended personal strife. The enchanted alleys, adorned with mystical symbols and lanterns, reflected the resilience of a city that had weathered the shadows of discord. As the festival eve approached, the trio, clad in ceremonial garb, stood beneath the moonlit sky. The air crackled with a sense of anticipation that mirrored the city's collective yearning for healing. Isay, with the weight of leadership on his shoulders, glanced at Hana and Yuki. The unspoken understanding among the Guardians mirrored the unbreakable bond that had withstood the recent turmoil. The festival's opening ceremony commenced with a procession of mystical beings, spirits, and yokai from diverse realms. The Yokai Festival, steeped in tradition, symbolized not only the convergence of supernatural forces, but also the unity that bound the Guardians together. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their hearts still bearing the scars of recent events, joined the procession with a stoic resolve. The festival grounds, aglow with the soft radiance of enchanted lanterns, became a tapestry of colors and sounds. Musicians played ethereal melodies, dancers wove intricate patterns that mirrored the delicate balance of Kyoto, and stalls offered mystical delicacies that tantalized the senses. The city, with its secrets and resilience, embraced the festivities as a testament to its enduring magic. Amidst a vibrant celebration, the trio encountered familiar faces, members of the Kyoto Guardians, each marked by the recent trials that had tested the unity of their alliance. Taro, Nami, Akira, and other Guardians who had shared in the recent challenges exchanged nods of acknowledgement. The Yokai Festival, with its mystical ambience, served as a platform for healing and reaffirming the Guardians' commitment to protecting Kyoto's delicate balance. As the night progressed, the Guardians engaged in traditional dances that echoed the harmonious movements required to uphold the mystical barriers. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their ceremonial attire reflecting the weight of recent events, moved with a grace that mirrored the unspoken camaraderie among them. The dance became a symbolic gesture, a testament to the resilience of Kyoto's guardians and their determination to confront the shadows that had threatened to engulf the city. The festival's climax approached with the unveiling of the Yokai lantern, a sacred artifact that symbolized the convergence of mystical energies. The guardians, their emotions laid bare beneath the ceremonial facade, approached the lantern with a sense of reverence. Isay, Hana and Yuki, each carrying the weight of recent events, placed their hands upon the lantern, infusing it with the unity and commitment that defined their roles as protectors. As the Yokai lantern illuminated the night sky, a wave of mystical energy cascaded through the festival grounds. The enchanted alleys, once marked by shadows, now bathed in the radiant glow that echoed the Guardians' collective resolve. The city, with its enduring magic and secrets, seemed to breathe a sigh of relief as the Yokai Festival served as a balm for the recent discord that had threatened its delicate balance. In the wake of the Yokai Festival's climax, the Guardians gathered in a secluded grove where ancient sakura trees blossomed with ethereal flowers. The elders, their expressions softened by the healing energies that pervaded the festival, addressed the Guardians with a mixture of gratitude and acknowledgement. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their recent trials now a part of their shared history, listened as the elders conveyed the significance of the Yokai Festival in the face of adversity. The festival, with its mystical traditions and vibrant celebrations, had not only served as a collective healing for the city, but it also reaffirmed the Guardians' commitment to protect Kyoto's delicate balance. As the night drew to a close, the Guardians, marked by the recent trials and the healing embrace of the Yokai Festival, turned their gaze towards the future. The looming threat that had cast its shadow over Kyoto seemed more distant, its potency diminished by the collective unity and resilience of the Guardians. The forbidden romance that had stirred within the Guardians' hearts lingered beneath the surface, its presence acknowledged but set aside for the moment. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their emotions still entwined with the recent events, understood that the delicate balance they sought to protect extended not only to the mystical realms but also to the complexities of the heart. The Yokai Festival, with its enchantments and healing energies, became a chapter in Kyoto's enduring legacy. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies intertwined with the city's mystical tapestry, faced a future with a renewed determination. The forbidden threads of emotion, woven into the fabric of their roles as guardians, became a poignant reminder that, in the face of discord and shadows, the Yokai Festival had illuminated the path towards unity, healing, and the enduring magic that defined Kyoto's existence. In the aftermath of the Yokai Festival, a sense of rejuvenation enveloped Kyoto. The enchanted alleys, once touched by shadows of discord, now thrummed with the echoes of celebration and collective healing. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their hearts lighter after the festival's embrace, patrolled the city's outskirts, ensuring that the mystical barriers held firm against external threats. However, a new challenge loomed on the horizon, one that transcended the recent turmoil. Whispers of an ancient Oni awakening from centuries-long slumber spread through the mystical currents. The Oni, a formidable yokai with powers that could disrupt the delicate balance of Kyoto, posed a threat that demanded the attention of the Guardians. The elders, attuned to the mystical energies that bound the city, summoned Isay, Hana and Yuki to a council. The atmosphere within the hidden chambers crackled with an anticipatory tension. The Oni's awakening, guided by malevolent forces, threatened to unravel the very fabric of Kyoto's magical tapestry. As the trio entered the council chambers, the elders conveyed the gravity of the situation. The Oni, named Akuma no Kage, had once terrorized Kyoto centuries ago. The Guardians of that era, with their collective strength and alliances, had managed to subdue the Oni and seal it away. Now, as the mystical energies pulsed with the Oni's resurgence, the current generation of Guardians faced a challenge that tested their mettle and unity. The Oni's awakening, the elders explained, had been triggered by the recent turmoil within the Guardians' ranks. The malevolent forces that had exploited the recent discord sought to capitalize on the vulnerability within Kyoto. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their resolves steeled by the recent trials, listened attentively as the elders unfolded the ancient prophecies that foretold the Oni's return. To confront the Oni, the Guardians needed to retrieve an ancient artifact, a mystical talisman known as the Sealing Stone. The stone, hidden within the treacherous Yokai caverns, held the power to reinforce the seal that had contained the Oni centuries ago. Isay, now bearing the weight of leadership, accepted the elders' charge and vowed to retrieve the Sealing Stone to protect Kyoto from the looming threat. The journey to the Yokai caverns proved to be a test of the Guardians' resolve. The mystical landscape, shrouded in shadows, seemed to echo with the ancient whispers of yokai and spirits that lingered within its depths. Isay, Hana and Yuki navigated the treacherous terrain, their senses attuned to the subtle energies that hinted at the Oni's proximity. As the Guardians delved deeper into the Yokai caverns, they encountered challenges that mirrored the complexities of the recent turmoil. Illusions, crafted by the malevolent forces that sought to exploit the Oni's awakening, tested the Guardians' unity and resilience. Issei, with his Youkai heritage and combat prowess, led the way, deflecting the illusions with a stoic determination. Hana, attuned to the natural energies surrounding her, countered the illusions with the elemental forces that flowed within the caverns. Her abilities, honed by the recent trials and the Yokai Festival's healing embrace, created a protective barrier that shielded the trio from the illusion's malevolent influence. Yuki, drawing upon her Onmyoji lineage, invoked spiritual wards that disrupted the illusion's potency. Her mastery over the unseen forces became a guiding light within the caverns, leading the guardians through the labyrinthine passages that concealed the sealing stone. As the trio progressed, they encountered manifestations of the Oni's influence, shadowy apparitions and spectral echoes that bore the weight of the ancient Youkai's malevolence. The Oni's awakening, fueled by the recent discord, sought to exploit the guardians' vulnerabilities and weaken their resolve. Isay, Hana and Yuki faced these manifestations with a unity that echoed the Yokai Festival's healing embrace. The Oni's challenge became a crucible that tested not only their individual strengths but also the unbreakable bonds forged through recent trials. The guardians, bearing the scars of betrayal and forbidden romance, stood resolute against the shadows that sought to envelop them. The Yokai caverns unveiled its hidden depths as the guardians approached the chamber where the sealing stone lay dormant. The air within the chamber crackled with an ominous energy, and the guardians sensed the Oni's presence drawing closer. Isay, now bearing the mantle of leadership with a newfound determination, approached the sealing stone with caution. The guardians, guided by the elders' teachings and the Yokai Festival's healing energies, conducted a ritual to retrieve the sealing stone. The mystical artifact, infused with the essence of centuries past, resonated with the guardians' collective strength. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their emotions still entwined with recent trials, channeled their energies into the sealing stone, reinforcing the ancient seal that had contained the Oni. As the ritual reached its climax, the chamber quivered with the exertion of mystical forces. The sealing stone, now charged with the guardians' unity and determination, emitted a radiant glow that dispelled the shadows within the Yokai caverns. The malevolent forces that sought to exploit the Oni's awakening recoiled in the face of the guardians' resilience. But the sealing stone in their possession, Isay, Hana and Yuki emerged from the Yokai caverns, the echoes of the Oni's challenge fading behind them. The mystical energies that pervaded Kyoto seemed to respond to the guardians' success, pulsating with a renewed vigor that mirrored the city's enduring magic. The guardians returned to the council chambers, the sealing stone in hand, to report their success to the elders. The council, marked by a mixture of relief and gratitude, acknowledged the guardians' resilience in the face of the Oni's challenge. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies now intricately woven with the city's enduring legacy, stood before the elders with a renewed sense of purpose. The Oni's challenge, though a formidable trial, had become a chapter in Kyoto's mystical tapestry. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their unity tested and strengthened, faced the future with a heightened awareness of the delicate balance they sought to protect. The scars of recent trials, the forbidden romance that lingered within their hearts, and the echoes of the Yokai Festival's healing energies became threads that bound the guardians to a destiny that transcended individual trials and echoed through the ages of Kyoto's magical legacy. The echoes of the Oni's challenge lingered in the enchanted alleys of Kyoto as the city embraced a newfound sense of stability. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their recent trials behind them, continued their duties as guardians with a heightened awareness of the delicate balance they sought to protect. However, as the city basked in the afterglow of their success, an ancient prophecy cast its shadow over the guardians, hinting at a future that would test their resolve in unforeseen ways. The elders, recognizing the need to prepare the guardians for the challenges that lay ahead, convened a council to unveil the prophecy that had long been shrouded in mystery. The council chambers, illuminated by mystical symbols and ancient scrolls, became a space where the guardians' destinies would intersect with the threads of an age-old prophecy. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their expressions marked by a mixture of curiosity and apprehension, stood before the elders as they unrolled the scrolls that bore the prophetic writings. The atmosphere within the chambers crackled with an anticipatory energy, as if the very air resonated with the weight of the revelations that awaited the guardians. The prophecy, the elders began, foretold of a celestial convergence, a rare celestial event that occurred once in a millennium. During the convergence, the boundaries between the physical and spiritual realms would temporarily thin, allowing for the emergence of powerful forces and ancient beings that transcended the ordinary fabric of reality. As the guardians absorbed the significance of the celestial convergence, the elders revealed that the recent turmoil within Kyoto had been a precursor to a greater cosmic event. The Oni's awakening, the forbidden romance, and the challenges they had faced were threads woven into the larger tapestry of an impending celestial alignment that would shape the destiny of the guardians and the mystical city they swore to protect. The prophecy spoke of a celestial being, born of both Youkai and human essence, whose role would be pivotal during the celestial convergence. The being, referred to as the Child of Harmony, would bear the burden of restoring balance and unity within Kyoto when the realms converged. Issei, with his unique heritage, found himself at the center of the prophecy, a realization that echoed the weight of leadership he had recently assumed. Hana, her connection to nature and the enchantments that bound Kyoto, was foretold to play a crucial role in channeling the elemental forces unleashed during the convergence. Her affinity for the natural energies that flowed through the city marked her as a guardian of the mystical balance, tasked with ensuring that the convergence did not tip the scales towards chaos. Yuki, with her Onmyoji lineage and insights into the unseen forces, was designated as the guardian who would navigate the mystical realms during the celestial convergence. Her ability to commune with spirits and perceive the threads of destiny made her the key to unlocking the ancient knowledge that would guide the Guardians through the cosmic event. As the elders unraveled the layers of the prophecy, the Guardians grappled with the weight of their destinies. The recent trials, the forbidden romance, and the Oni's challenge were revealed to be stepping stones, leading to the celestial convergence, a convergence that would define the Guardians' roles in protecting Kyoto's delicate balance. The elders, their expressions marked by a mixture of solemnity and encouragement, conveyed that the celestial convergence was both a test and an opportunity. The destiny of Kyoto, intricately tied to the Guardians' actions, hung in the balance. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies now laid bare before them, accepted the responsibility that the prophecy bestowed upon their shoulders. To prepare for the celestial convergence, the elders guided the Guardians in unlocking latent abilities and honing their skills. Isay delved deeper into his Youkai heritage, mastering the fusion of human and supernatural energies that coursed through his veins. Hana refined her control over elemental forces, harmonizing with the natural energies that defined Kyoto's mystical tapestry. Yuki, drawing upon her Onmyoji lineage, delved into ancient rituals that would attune her to the unseen forces that permeated the realms. The city, unaware of the cosmic forces at play, continued to thrive under the Guardians' watchful eyes. The enchanted alleys, now marked by a sense of anticipation, seemed to resonate with the mystical energies that pulsed through Kyoto. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies entwined with the celestial convergence, patrolled the city with a newfound sense of purpose. As the celestial event drew near, the Guardians began to perceive subtle shifts in the mystical currents. Whispers of ancient beings and cosmic energies threaded through the air, heralding the approaching convergence. Isay, Hana and Yuki, each grappling with the weight of their destinies, exchanged knowing glances as the cosmic forces gathered on the horizon. The celestial convergence arrived with a luminous display that bathed Kyoto in otherworldly radiance. The night sky, adorned with celestial phenomena and astral energies, mirrored the convergence of the realms. Isay, Hana and Yuki, attuned to the cosmic forces, stood at the heart of the mystical city, ready to fulfill the roles that the prophecy had designated for them. As the boundaries between the physical and spiritual realms thinned, ancient beings and spirits manifested in ethereal forms. The Guardians, their senses heightened by the convergence, perceived the intricate dance of cosmic energies that unfolded around them. The celestial convergence, a rare spectacle that occurred once in a millennium, cast its transformative glow upon Kyoto. Isay, embodying the essence of the child of harmony, felt the convergence of Youkai and human energies within him. The celestial forces channeled through his being, empowering him with a heightened awareness of the mystical energies that permeated the city. As the guardian at the center of the prophecy, Isay embraced his role with a sense of duty that transcended the ordinary realms. Hana, surrounded by the elemental forces that swirled within the convergence, became a conduit for the natural energies that defined Kyoto. Her connection to the enchanted landscape allowed her to harness the elemental forces in a harmonious dance that mirrored the delicate balance the guardians sought to protect. Yuki, with her Onmyoji insights, navigated the mystical realms that overlapped with the physical world during the convergence. Spirits and ancient beings, drawn by the cosmic energies, sought her guidance as she wove the threads of destiny into a cohesive tapestry that guided the Guardians through the celestial event. The Guardians' roles became intertwined in a cosmic ballet that unfolded beneath the celestial canopy. The energies of Youkai, nature, and the unseen forces converged, creating a symphony that resonated through the mystical tapestry of Kyoto. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies now fully realized, stood together as the celestial convergence reached its zenith. In the culmination of the cosmic event, the Guardians channeled their collective energies into a unified force that reverberated through the realms. The city, bathed in the glow of the convergence, seemed to pulse with a transcendent energy that echoed the Guardians' commitment to protect Kyoto's delicate balance. As the celestial convergence waned, the mystical currents gradually settled into a renewed equilibrium. The enchanted alleys, once touched by the transformative energies, embraced a sense of harmony that transcended the ordinary. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies now intricately woven with the cosmic forces, stood at the heart of Kyoto, their roles as guardians forever bound to the city's enduring magic. The elders, their expressions reflecting both solemnity and pride, approached the Guardians in the aftermath of the celestial convergence. The prophecy, once shrouded in mystery, had unfolded before their eyes, and Kyoto had weathered the cosmic event with a resilience that spoke to the Guardians' unwavering commitment. The Guardians, their destinies now realized and the celestial convergence etched into the annals of Kyoto's mystical legacy, exchanged a knowing glance. The forbidden romance, the Oni's challenge, and the revelations of the prophecy had shaped their journey, forging bonds that transcended the ordinary realms. As Issei, Hana and Yuki stood united in the wake of the cosmic event, Kyoto, with its enduring magic and secrets, seemed to whisper a tale of resilience, unity, and the Guardians who had stood as protectors of its delicate balance. In the aftermath of the celestial convergence, Kyoto settled into a tranquil rhythm, its enchanted alleys resonating with the echoes of the cosmic event. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies forever entwined with the mystical tapestry of the city, resumed their duties as guardians with a renewed sense of purpose. However, as the celestial energy subsided, a new disturbance arose on the outskirts of Kyoto, an ominous force that hinted at a final confrontation that would test the Guardians' mettle. Rumors reached the Guardians of a dark sorcerer, a practitioner of forbidden arts, who sought to exploit the aftermath of the celestial convergence for his nefarious purposes. The mystical currents whispered of shadowy rituals and malevolent forces converging on Kyoto, threatening to unravel the delicate balance that the Guardians had fought so hard to protect. The elders, attuned to the subtle shifts in the mystical energies, summoned Isay, Hana and Yuki to a clandestine council. The council chambers, still infused with the residual energies of the celestial convergence, became a space where the Guardians would receive a dire revelation, the final confrontation that awaited them on the horizon. The elders, their expressions marked by a gravity that mirrored the impending threat, unfolded ancient scrolls that detailed the dark sorcerer's origins and the forbidden arts he wielded. The sorcerer, known as Kurogane, had once been a guardian entrusted with protecting Kyoto's delicate balance. However, his lust for power and forbidden knowledge led him down a treacherous path, severing his ties with the Guardians and embracing the dark arts that now threatened the city. The scrolls revealed that Kurogane, fueled by resentment and a desire for revenge, sought to harness the residual cosmic energies from the celestial convergence to achieve unparalleled magical mastery. His intentions, veiled in shadows, hinted at a cataclysmic event that could plunge Kyoto into darkness and chaos. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their senses attuned to the gravity of the revelation, exchanged solemn glances. The forbidden romance, the Oni's challenge, and the celestial convergence had been but preludes to the final confrontation that now loomed on the horizon. The Guardians, their destinies intricately woven with the city's magical legacy, accepted the responsibility that the elders bestowed upon them to thwart Kurogane's dark ambitions and protect Kyoto from the impending threat. The journey to confront Kurogane led the Guardians through the mystical realms that bordered the city. The enchanted landscapes, once touched by the celestial convergence, seemed to resonate with the Guardians' determination. Isay, with the echoes of the child of harmony within him, led the way with a resolve that mirrored the strength of the united Guardians. As the Guardians delved deeper into the mystical realms, they encountered arcane barriers and manifestations of Kurogane's dark sorcery. Illusions, crafted by the sorcerer's malevolent arts, sought to test the Guardians' resolve and sow discord among them. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their unity fortified by the trials they had faced the illusions with a determination that transcended the ordinary. The mystical journey brought the Guardians to the edge of the shadowed abyss, a realm where the veil between the physical and spiritual realms grew thin. Kurogane, his presence palpable in the air, awaited the Guardians with a malevolence that mirrored the shadows that clung to him. The final confrontation, a battle between light and darkness, unfolded in the ethereal expanse of the abyss. Kurogane, his form obscured by the shadows that writhed around him, emerged from the depths of the abyss. The sorcerer, once a guardian sworn to protect Kyoto, bore the weight of forbidden knowledge and a thirst for power that had twisted his essence. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their determination unwavering, faced Kurogane with a unity that defied the shadows that threatened to engulf them. The sorcerer unleashed dark arts that twisted the very fabric of reality. Shadows danced with an unnatural malevolence, and ethereal echoes reverberated through the abyss. Isay, drawing upon the celestial energies within him, countered Kurogane's sorcery with a light that pierced through the shadows. The child of harmony, a beacon in the darkness, confronted the sorcerer with a determination that mirrored the Guardian's commitment to protect Kyoto. Hana, attuned to the elemental forces that flowed through the abyss, channeled the natural energies to disrupt Kurogane's dark arts. Her control over the elements created a barrier that shielded the Guardians from the sorcerer's malevolent onslaught. The dance of elemental forces, a harmonious counterpoint to Kurogane's chaos, unfolded in the mystical expanse. Yuki, with her onyoji insights, navigated the unseen currents of the abyss. Spirits, disturbed by Kurogane's dark presence, sought her guidance as she wove spiritual wards that disrupted the sorcerer's attempts to manipulate the mystical realms. The unseen forces, allies to the Guardians, became a powerful counterforce that echoed through the ethereal landscape. The battle between the Guardians and Kurogane escalated as the abyss quivered with the clash of opposing forces. The sorcerer, his malevolence undeterred, unleashed forbidden incantations that sought to unravel the very fabric of Kyoto's magical tapestry. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies entwined with the city's enduring legacy, faced a final confrontation with a determination that surpassed the trials they had endured. In the climax of the battle, Kurogane, his dark arts reaching a crescendo, attempted to unleash a cataclysmic surge of forbidden energies. The Guardians, aware of the impending threat, combined their strengths in a unified force that echoed the unity forged through the forbidden romance, the Oni's challenge, and the celestial convergence. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies now fully realized, channeled their collective energies into a surge of light that countered Kurogane's darkness. The abyss, bathed in the radiance of the Guardians' united force, quivered with the strain of opposing energies. The sorcerer, his malevolence now contained by the Guardians' unwavering resolve, faced the consequences of his dark ambitions. As the echoes of the final confrontation faded, the abyss settled into a calm that mirrored the renewed equilibrium within Kyoto. The shadows that had clung to Kurogane dispersed, revealing the sorcerer in a state of defeat. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies intertwined with the city's enduring magic, stood before Kurogane with a solemn acknowledgement of the consequences that befell those who sought to disrupt Kyoto's delicate balance. The elders, attuned to the outcome of the final confrontation, appeared in the abyss to witness the aftermath. The council, marked by a mixture of solemnity and relief, acknowledged the Guardians' triumph over the dark sorcerer. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their journey marked by the forbidden romance, the Oni's challenge, the celestial convergence, and the final confrontation, stood before the elders with a sense of fulfillment that resonated through the mystical realms. Kyoto, with its enduring magic and secrets, seemed to sigh with relief as the Guardians emerged from the abyss. The enchanted alleys, now bathed in the aftermath of the final confrontation, echoed the Guardians' triumph over the shadows that had threatened to engulf the city. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies forever intertwined with Kyoto's mystical legacy, patrolled the city with a renewed sense of tranquility. The Guardians, their journey through forbidden romance, ancient prophecies, and cosmic confrontations now etched into Kyoto's magical tapestry, gathered in a secluded grove where ancient sakura trees blossomed with ethereal flowers. The elders, their expressions softened by the Guardians' success, conveyed a gratitude that echoed through the mystical realms. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies now realized, exchanged knowing glances as they faced the future with a shared understanding of the delicate balance they had sworn to protect. The forbidden threads of emotion, woven into the fabric of their roles as guardians, became a testament to the resilience, unity, and enduring magic that defined Kyoto's existence. The final confrontation, though a test of the Guardians' mettle, had become a chapter in Kyoto's mystical legacy. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies entwined with the city's enduring magic, patrolled the enchanted alleys with a renewed sense of vigilance. The shadows that had threatened to disrupt the delicate balance had been vanquished, leaving Kyoto to thrive in the embrace of the Guardians' unwavering commitment to protect its mystical heritage. The echoes of the final confrontation resonated through the mystical realms of Kyoto as the city embraced a newfound sense of tranquility. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies forever entwined with the enchanted alleys and ancient secrets, stood at the heart of Kyoto, surveying the landscape that had been the backdrop to their journey. The forbidden romance, the Oni's challenge, the celestial convergence, and the final confrontation had become chapters in Kyoto's mystical legacy, and now the Guardians faced the dawn of a new beginning. The elders, their expressions reflecting a blend of solemnity and gratitude, approached the Guardians in the aftermath of the final confrontation. The council chambers, where prophecies had been unveiled and destinies shaped, now became a space where the Guardians would receive acknowledgement for their unwavering commitment to protect Kyoto's delicate balance. The elders conveyed their gratitude, recognizing that the Guardians' journey had been fraught with challenges that tested their mettle and unity. Isay, now bearing the mantle of a seasoned leader, accepted the elders' words with a humility that mirrored the strength of the bonds forged with Hana and Yuki. The trio, marked by their recent trials, stood before the council with a sense of fulfillment that transcended the ordinary. Kyoto, with its enduring magic and secrets, seemed to breathe a sigh of relief as the Guardians emerged from the council chambers. The enchanted alleys, now bathed in the soft glow of lingering mystical energies, mirrored the Guardians' triumph over the shadows that had threatened the city's delicate balance. Isay, Hana and Yuki, their destinies intertwined with Kyoto's magical tapestry, patrolled the city with a renewed sense of vigilance. As the Guardians walked through the mystical realms, they encountered familiar faces, members of the Kyoto Guardians, who had weathered the recent trials alongside them. Taro, Nami, Akira, and other Guardians nodded in acknowledgement, their expressions marked by a shared understanding of the challenges they had faced and the unity that had emerged from the shadows. The forbidden romance that had stirred within the Guardians' hearts, though set aside in the face of recent trials, lingered beneath the surface. Issei, Hana, and Yuki exchanged knowing glances, recognizing the complexities of their emotions in the wake of the journey they had undertaken. The delicate balance they sought to protect extended not only to the mystical realms, but also to the intricacies of the heart. The enchanted alleys, now adorned with blossoming sakura trees and vibrant mystical energies, became a tapestry that reflected the resilience and unity of the Guardians. Isay, Hana, and Yuki, their destinies now etched into Kyoto's mystical legacy, walked beneath the blooming sakura blossoms with a sense of peace that mirrored the tranquility that had settled over the city. As the Guardians reached a secluded grove, the elders approached once more, their expressions softened by the Guardians' success. The elders, ancient beings who had witnessed the ebb and flow of Kyoto's magic through the ages, conveyed a sense of closure that mirrored the Guardians' journey. Issei, Hana, and Yuki, their roles as protectors now ingrained in the city's enduring tapestry, listened as the elders spoke of the cyclical nature of magic, trials, and renewal. The elders revealed that the recent challenges faced by the Guardians had been a part of a larger cosmic pattern, a cycle of growth, resilience, and rebirth that defined Kyoto's existence. The forbidden romance, the Oni's challenge, the celestial convergence, and the final confrontation were but threads woven into the rich fabric of the city's mystical heritage. Isay, Hana, and Yuki, their destinies now intertwined with the cyclical nature of magic, embraced the wisdom that the elders bestowed upon them. The Guardians, guided by the elders, participated in a ritual that symbolized the completion of their journey and the beginning of a new phase for Kyoto. The mystical energies that permeated the grove responded to the Guardians' unity, creating a harmonious resonance that echoed through the realms. Isay, Hana, and Yuki, their destinies now inextricably linked with the city's enduring magic, stood at the center of the ritual, with a shared understanding of the cyclical nature of their roles. As the ritual reached its climax, the mystical energies enveloped the Guardians, weaving a cocoon of light that mirrored the rebirth of Kyoto's magic. The enchanted alleys, once touched by shadows and turmoil, seemed to pulse with a renewed vigor that mirrored the Guardians' commitment to protect the city's delicate balance. When the light subsided, the Guardians found themselves in a transformed Kyoto city, reborn with a vibrancy that echoed the resilience of its protectors. The enchanted alleys, now adorned with mystical symbols and blooming sakura blossoms, reflected the Guardians' triumph over the recent trials. Isay, Hana, and Yuki, their destinies now inseparable from the city's mystical legacy, walked through the transformed landscape with a sense of fulfillment that transcended the ordinary. The elders, their forms now imbued with the rejuvenated magic of Kyoto, conveyed their gratitude to the Guardians. The cyclical nature of magic, trials, and renewal had once again unfolded, and Kyoto stood at the dawn of a new era. Isay, Hana, and Yuki, their roles as protectors etched into the city's enduring tapestry, accepted the elders' words with a humility that mirrored the strength of their unity. In the days that followed, Kyoto flourished beneath the Guardians' watchful eyes. The enchanted alleys, bathed in the soft radiance of renewed mystical energies, seemed to resonate with a sense of harmony that mirrored the Guardians' commitment to protect the city's delicate balance. Isay, Hana, and Yuki, their destinies forever intertwined with Kyoto's enduring magic, patrolled the city with a sense of tranquility that echoed the cyclical nature of their roles. The forbidden threads of emotion, woven into the fabric of the Guardians' journey, lingered beneath the surface. Isay, Hana, and Yuki, their hearts entangled with the complexities of their emotions, navigated the delicate balance between duty and personal connections. The enchanted alleys, witnesses to the Guardians' journey, whispered tales of resilience, unity, and the enduring magic that defined Kyoto's existence. As the seasons cycled through their rhythmic dance, the Guardians continued to protect Kyoto with a vigilance that mirrored the cyclical nature of magic and renewal. The forbidden romance, the Oni's challenge, the celestial convergence, and the final confrontation had become chapters in Kyoto's mystical legacy, a legacy that echoed through the ages as the city embraced a new beginning. Isay, Hana, and Yuki, their destinies forever intertwined with the enchanted alleys and ancient secrets, walked through Kyoto with a shared understanding of the delicate balance they sought to protect. The city, reborn with a vibrancy that mirrored the Guardians' triumph, thrived beneath the cyclical nature of magic, trials, and renewal. And so, the Guardians stood as protectors of Kyoto, their journey a testament to the enduring magic that defined the city's existence. As the sun set over the enchanted alleys, casting a warm glow over the transformed landscape, Isay, Hana, and Yuki faced the future with a unity that transcended the ordinary realms. The echoes of their journey, woven into the very fabric of Kyoto's mystical tapestry, became a timeless tale of resilience, unity, and the cyclical nature of magic that would echo through the ages. And so how was this story? I hope you like it. And if you like it, share this story with your friends and like the video too. And don't forget to subscribe our channel for daily awesome fanfiction. Okay, it's time for me to go. Bye bye.